Well, welcome to this episode of ISV Talks. I'm Carol Livingston from Dynamics Connections. And on this ISV Talks, I'm welcoming back Jon Rivers from Directions North America and several other entities that he's involved with. Welcome back, Jon.
Thanks for having me back again, Carol. I can't believe we're a year ago since we did this call. It just feels like yesterday.
It really does. Blink and we're here. These are some of your other companies that you're involved with: Marketeeri, Marketing Monarchs, and the Partner Index. So do you want to give kind of an overview of what you're involved with and how you got involved in the Directions North America side?
So I'll talk about Directions first. That's an area that I do a lot of volunteering for. Done it for a few years now, but I'm back again this year actually owning all the content. I'm lucky to have a nice group of, sort of a mixed group of people that actually help me from the committee standpoint when it comes to selecting sessions. This year we had close to 300 sessions. Even that we're looking to somewhere have around maybe 100 to 130 sessions. Some of those will come from Microsoft. So we didn't have as many gaps. There was a lot of great sessions out there that would have been great to have, but we had to cut it off somewhere. And we tried to be as diverse as we could. And we can come back to that conversation a little deeper as we go through. Marketeeri is one of my companies. We help ISVs and partners with their marketing efforts, right, what I call from the beginning all the way to the end. The big area that we help a lot with is content development. Marketing Monarchs was my original company. It's still going out there. And then the last one was the Partner Index, which is a portal for ISVs. We do have a few partners in there as well, who not only just work in the dynamic space, but across the field. So we drive a lot of traffic there. Hopefully that gives a little bit of a background.
Well, you're working on a lot. Tell us, what is Directions North America?
So I'm going to give a little history lesson. Historically, it was started as the conference for Dynamics NAV or Navision partners and ISVs to get to share content, conversations, and what products and services were out there in that industry. It was also a voice to join together, a voice in front of Microsoft as well. What I always like to say before I hop into as it's transitioned is it's an event run by the partners for the partners. So there's a lot of volunteers that help put this event on. There's a lot of volunteers who help with sessions, but at the same time, it's really about the community coming together. Over the last few years with Business Central starting to come out, we started to revisit what we were. So we tended to be more about BC, but over that time, there's other elements that come into play, right? So you could be a GP or an SL partner that's moving into that ecosystem. Power Platform is becoming a big piece of the conversation when you're selling, right? So we needed to cover that. So we've started to evolve, and then for some partners, the CE product range, right? CRM, I'll just pick on CRM. I know that's not the exact title, but it's more sales, but a lot of partners are starting to touch that. So we started to evolve into the SMB event with BC being our prime conversation.
It's a conference by partners for partners. Who should be there?
So at the end of the day is anyone who's from the partner community, if that's a partner or an ISV. So I'll put both of those together as partners. At the end of the day, we do not allow end users to come to the conference just because of some of the conversations that do go on. Who should be there from the partners? The whole gamut, right? So we have conversations around the development side. So anyone that's in development, and I'm probably going to go through a lot of the tracks here that we have. Consulting, who's consulting? At the end of the day, they're going to learn from the content that we have. New to BC, right? So you're newer to BC and you want to learn some of that. Maybe you're a newbie or you've migrated, right, into BC. We have a track for you there. We also have a track around Power Platform, right? So anyone who's touching that is probably beneficial to come. We also have a track this year. We started it last year, is the CE track. So folks that are maybe even looking at starting up a CE practice, right? Does that make sense? What else can they learn? So we're evolving that track. And then you've got the sales and marketing folks, right? So we have a lot of great sessions for them this year. We have a couple great panels where we bring in some of the experts together. We have some branding sessions. We have a lot, and I know we'll touch upon this as you've seen a few of the sessions out on the website. And then we have the exec track. So execs, right? Anyone who's in the exec row, from CEOs to VPs of sales and marketing, for example. And then the last one that we added this year was workplace trends, which really starts to get into the conversations around things like, should we be talking about a 4-day a week, right? How do we handle that? Is that going to work for us? Is it not? All those types of conversations that are starting to change and evolve the workplace. We have conversations around M&A. We have conversations about hiring. So yeah. So at the end of the day is there one group out of a partner? No, it's across the board.
Just to kind of highlight a session, kind of a preliminary session list. Looks like a lot of topics from Microsoft too.
Yep. So we're going to have roughly probably just over 60 sessions from Microsoft, which will be a mix of your regular sessions. There'll be workshops, there'll be roundtables, town halls. So their group of sessions are not fully on the site at the moment. They're just finalizing that. I had a call with them today, actually. So they're actually finalizing that. So there's going to be a lot of sessions coming from them. The sessions that you have in the other ones, they are pretty much most of the sessions we have out there. The one track that you don't see is the exec track at the moment. We were doing some evolution of that track this year where we wanted to change it up to be a lot more interactive than historically, where you typically get 45 minutes, you listen to someone talk about ABC, right? And you don't get time to talk about it afterwards. So about 50% of the time, we're actually going to add some that are basically may have a speaker attached to them, or they may be more of a panel where we'll talk about it, get the conversation going, but it's for the execs to then start to share between themselves, right? I always use this example. It's like, as soon as you walk through that hotel lobby, we're no longer competitors. We're all working for the greater good of this community. It's an opportunity to share what you're willing to share, what's good, what's not working, how can we improve? That's what we're trying to evolve the exec track into this year.
Yeah, so it sounds like you have a couple new tracks though that you mentioned in there. I heard workplace trends, and then sounds like you're kind of evolving that executive or leadership track. Exciting. I'm very excited about what you've got. What are you targeting in terms of attendees? Do you have an idea?
We are trying to target 1,100 people this year based on the numbers I saw last week. It is on track for that. Actually, we could possibly blow that number apart, being the fact that we're 4-5 weeks out. What I will warn people is that there are already certain nights that are getting booked out of the hotel. We're trying to work with the hotel to find ways to see if we can solve that, but we've been doing sort of like a wait list for those nights. There is another hotel that's literally at the bottom of the entrance. When we look at the hotel block, and we have pretty much taken over the whole hotel. So at the end of the day, it tells us a good thing when the hotel is already starting to get booked out.
The hotel that the event is being hosted at and the rooms are still a little tight, but available is
Hyatt Grand Cypress, but definitely go through our website. And so then that way, then you can make sure you get the rates. We are trying to help others get in there. So we're constantly, and it's daily, we're working with the hotel. It's exciting. If we get over 1,000 people, if we get to our number of 11, this will be the biggest ever North America Directions.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
I mean, we sold out of the sponsorship early on, and we actually have more sponsors than we ever had. We actually had to find additional room. And we actually have a wait list now of sponsors who are waiting to see if someone drops out. I don't think anyone will, but there's always a chance, right? But yeah, this is.
Well, I remember this was kind of an issue last year, is that you were sold out and people had a wait list. And then you got more room this year because you're like, oh, well, we need to add more room, and you've sold that. So
yeah, so this year as well, we actually had a buyout totally of the hotel. There was some rooms that we couldn't fully get the buyout for the whole event. I know for a fact, like the exec track, we had a room available sort of to us a little bit last time. Wasn't all there, but this time we're moving the exec track into a different spot, which now frees up where that was, right? So yeah, so it's been a lot of logistics.
I think you're going to need more room next year.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So I mean, we've already been out looking at the venue we have. Everything we did was based on numbers from previous years.
Right.
But we are taking into the consideration that next year could be even bigger than this year.
So kind of what's different from last year to this year is, well, something more people. What else is new this year that people can look forward to?
I think I mean, I'm excited by that exec track and the changes there. It's been a lot of work to try to change that, trying to pin down people that really can start that, talk to some of the execs and hear what they want. So trying to go through that takes a bit of time because that's more of a one-to-one. I'm excited by the workplace track as well, because that's bringing in different conversations that are needed in our industry. Things are evolving, right? So we're getting more different people coming into a younger generation. How do we have limited people we can go to bring into this community. So how do we change that? So a lot of those conversations. I'm excited really by all the tracks. I mean, the Power Platform track has been there for a while, but it's getting deeper and deeper. The fact that Microsoft are heavily involved in that Power Platform team, heavily involved, even in a keynote as well. Oh, I'm going to just say keynotes because I know it crosses over. Same goes with the CE side, right? So we've been working with Microsoft in that team. So we're hoping that we can start to announce that, but we're just waiting for that last confirmation. Growing out that again, because that's key to the whole thing. And then I can't say anything more than a lot of the amazing sessions we have, right? So, I mean, if I'm an attendee, all I can say is I'm going to struggle to be in all the sessions I want. So that was a conversation I had with Microsoft this morning. One other topic I didn't bring up, Carol, I mean, I get so excited about this. It's just so much, is we have a lot of big involvement with Women in Dynamics this year. So we have them helping us on doing the luncheon this year. So we're doing a luncheon again, having them fully involved, and then also putting on some of the sessions in some of the tracks as well. So yeah, I mean, I think I said to you before we were kicking this call off, we probably could talk about this for a couple hours.
I know it's hard to keep it under a certain amount of time, but we did want to give everybody at least a chance to hear that the sessions now are kind of getting finalized. So if you're making plans to go ahead and pull that trigger and look at who in your team should attend, because it's not just for certain people on the team. It really is. You're trying to cover a lot of different areas. I saw on the developer track some really interesting ones, and even like for GP partners and their team, helping those GP to BC learnings. Yeah,
I think it goes across the board. I mean, yeah, there's just so much there. I mean, it's going to be a hard one to choose but I think that someone's going to find enough out there and walk away with a lot of great education.
Will there be an app? I'm guessing there will be a conference
Yes,
app.
there will be. We normally don't have that until the agenda and all that's completed, because that's really the main piece of the app. So yes, that will come. It's not something you have to download, because at the end of the day, it's more of a web-based solution. Yeah. So it updates a lot more instantly, and because there's things that happen. Sometimes we have to move a session around. Sometimes there's a problem. I mean, last year we had issues with people coming in because of flights. So we had to move a few sessions around, or maybe we have a conflict because we want to do a duplicate session, or move it because we know that's going to be a bigger room. So we have a little bit of flexibility. So sometimes that happens on the fly. Thus,
so keep an eye on the app, because the room and it might move, or
it might, but most of it,
most
of it stays. Yeah, most of it stays, but there is the odd occasion.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, just to kind of wrap up, I've got some information here. I'll kind of put that back up on the screen. All right.
Jon R at DirectionsNA. That comes directly to me. If you have any questions you want about content, I'm more than happy to assist and help there. Or if you've got general questions, feel free to send them me, and I'll forward it on to the appropriate person within the organization.
Okay. And then also here's the website, and also that hotel reservation. You want to go through the website to make sure you get the conference group code. But if you're going to blog about it or post about it here, you want to use the hashtag Directions North America. I saw that on your website, so thank you for that little tip. And then also be sure and tag Directions North America. I think it's really fun when you see people
Yep.
posting that they're going or they're on their way and when they're at the conference. So I'd love to see all of that activities.
Definitely.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you soon, John, in person at Directions North America. So thanks for coming back and talking about this year's Direction North America. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me back, Karen. I look forward to seeing you and everyone else at the event. Yeah, it's going to be a good one this year.
Right. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.